Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for your weekly dose of superhero shenanigans today for a new episode of Netherwar. I didn't have my script pulled up. Oh no. um,
Panic.
welcome to this week's episode of Netherwar, which is titled Freedom League Deceased. Thank you for joining us for your weekly dose of superhero shenanigans. My name is Alex, and I will continue to be your humble game master for this series. Um, Tonight we will be playing Mutants Masterminds, the world's greatest superhero RPG, which is produced by Green Ronin Publishing. It's a D20 system that allows players to roleplay their favorite superhero stories in a satisfying manner, with a little bit of crunch for people who prefer that in their game systems but don't want to roll 750 d6. It also features hero points, which are a special resource players can use to elevate their character to truly superheroic heights. This takes the form of taking additional actions, increasing their strength through the ranks of their powers for a turn, editing the scene to have something useful suddenly be available, and allows heroes to use their abilities in creative ways. They're earned through good role playing, vivid descriptions, jokes I think are funny, and from you, the audience. If you follow, subscribe, or donate bits during the stream, you earn a hero point that you can give to the hero or game master of your choice. We've gathered some expired heroes tonight. Say rest in peace, heroes.
Rest in
Rest in
peace,
peace,
heroes.
I want to give everyone a chance to tell us a little bit about themselves, where else we can find them, and have them answer my question of the day, which is in honor of Mortis once again. Which death of a fictional character hit you the hardest? And Kevin, don't tell everybody who we're playing yet.
Okay.
That's a fun
Okay.
surprise.
That's a fun surprise. That's good.
But I will
Does that mean I'm starting?
You are starting.
Okay. I'm Kevin playing mysterious character, not Overdrive. Just to add to my identity crisis problems. I've been so many characters in this street. I don't even know. It's hard to find me because I'm always on the move these days. Although Saturday was my first, not really a convention appearance, but a public game that I ran. I ran for Free RPG Day at the local comic store. Introduced 4 new people to Mutants Masterminds. Hopefully they're out there watching right now and ordering lots of things from Green Ronin with that USPGR code. Hint, hint. Yeah, so it's been a crazy day. So I'm looking forward to being able to punch things and get away with it. Is there a question of the day? Am I good?
There is a question of the day. It's which death of a fictional character
hits
you the hardest?
That is a good question. I didn't quite weep in the theaters when Iron Man died like everybody else did. It was moving. I think maybe this will sound, I don't know, a little Wookieist, but back in, before the Disney buyout and, Star Wars was the expanded universe in the novels, and they were doing the New Jedi Order series, and they killed Chewbacca in the first book. I was kind of like, that what just happened there? Like that's the sidekick and the half of the Han and Chewie partnership, and it was gone. Like that was kind of like, I'm disturbed by the death of a fictional character. I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm gonna give that one to Chewie for now.
They dropped the
Over to
moon
you,
on
Jonesy.
him.
Yeah, not just killed him, dropped a moon on him. Yeah,
The only way to kill a Wookiee.
Not the Wookiee win.
Yes. Over to you, Jonesy.
Hi, everybody. I am Jonesy. I can be found here on Monday nights. Tonight, it's not a surprise who I'm playing, so I can go and say I will be playing Mortis, our resident necromancer and living dead guy. As far as fictional characters, this was tough. And I was trying to think back, like early on, who would have been the first time someone really shocked me that when someone died. And I'm going to give it to Terra from the Teen Titans. Because I read Judas Contract when it was coming out. Way back in the golden days. And heroes and villains really didn't die, especially not that way. And so Terra dying was probably the first like shock, and then really close second was the death of Barry Allen. Because he died in Crisis, and it was it was like, holy smoke. So that's my answer. I'm sticking with it. Over to you, Kat.
Hey, I'm Kat. I'm only here Monday nights except for this week where I'm here tomorrow as well. I don't remember what else I'm supposed to say. That's been the trend the last few weeks. So I'm just going to answer the question of the day, which I was going to say Tony Stark, but then as I've been sitting here, I remembered Shireen Baratheon
No.
from Game of Thrones.
No.
And that was worse. That was worse for me. Because I'm not a kid person, but just, them burning that little girl at the stake was not great. So that's mine. Andy.
Yeah, oh geez, I get to follow that up.
I
That's
forgot
wonderful.
about that, Kat.
Yeah, I did too. For some reason, it just popped into my brain, and I was like, oh.
Well, but I'll be honest, by that season of Game of Thrones, did anything really shock you anymore? You're like,
I wasn't ready for that for
That
some
shocked me.
reason. Ned Stark at the end of season 1 shocked me because I wasn't ready for him to die at all. But then that one was rough for me.
the end of episode 1 when they shoved the kid out a window. I'm like, what just happened?
I was
I
just
mean,
like,
yeah, he didn't die, but
rough.
like show.
Don't be snooping.
Yeah.
That's a joke. We don't endorse shoving kids out windows on this channel.
Depends on how high up the window is.
Depends on the kid.
Andy,
Wow.
go.
Maybe Jason Harper. We might shove
Andy,
Bolt
get us
out a
off
window.
this track.
I'm trying. You guys won't. Hi, I'm Andy. I am here on Monday nights. I will be here this week on Tuesday night as well. You can find me also over on our YouTube channel where I host the Storyforge series, and you can find me over on our website where I post blog posts every now and again when the inspiration strikes me. And to answer the question of the day, well, I knew I had to prepare another answer because my initial one was Chewbacca in the beginning of the Yuzan Vong invasion force when they dropped a friggin' moon on him, because that was like, what? No, that just doesn't happen. More recently, though, it was Karen Murphy in the Dresden Files. The spoiler alert for those of
Her
you
name
that
is Karen. She's bound to die, right? No.
it's not that spelling of Karen.
Oh, okay.
How does she spell it?
2 R's and an IN.
Hmm.
So it was set up almost.
She has to see the manager one too many times.
No.
Stop it.
It was just one of those ones where it was set up pretty well, and it was like, oh, wait, no, that's not.
Was that in the books, or do they have a show?
There was a show, but that only managed the first book.
Hmm.
Maybe even the first book.
Yeah, I don't think they even got to the first book.
I don't know if they got through it all or not. Yeah. But yeah. Calvin, passing it on to you.
All right. Well, hey, everybody. I'm Calvin, and today I'll be playing not the guy I always play. Almost rolled right into that.
Spoiler alert.
I know.
I think our counter this week should be how many times he does the Bowman voice uncalled for. Like,
Accidentally.
this is not that character.
I think you
I'm
should
so
call him
used to
out.
it. Gosh, but I am here every Monday, and we'll also be here tomorrow, and also Wednesday, I believe. You can't get rid of me this week. While I'm here every day this week. I'm also over on the Win with Dice channel over on YouTube, where we have weekly GM podcasts and weekly streams of Skyrim, where I'm playing that game for the first time and getting lost very easily and distracted even easier. Question of the day. So I don't know, I was fully prepared to give a joke answer because I was thinking of Linguo from The Simpsons. I mean, that always gets me, but then I was just thinking about, because I was listening to the Arrow soundtrack again pre-episode, as I do every week, and I was just thinking about the final moments of a certain Archer on that show and the Crisis on Infinite Earths TV event, and how he went out saving 1 billion people, and then he went out again saving the entire multiverse, and he died twice in the crossover, and I don't know. it didn't hit me as much back then, but then I kept thinking about it and the whole finale and when they had the whole Hall of Justice and they reserved a chair at the table for him and it had his symbol on it and they had the fire and they had his suit. And so I'm just gonna say Oliver Queen from Arrow. Just because that was in my head a lot.
Predictable.
Of course.
Taking a
I mean, there's
note.
other ones, but that seems the most appropriate.
Writing down that Bowman is the only non-master mage, so probably kill him.
What?
What?
Why? That should be lower on your list.
I cast Arrow.
My signature spell.
It's a good spell. Well, yeah. So I love all of your answers, everybody. My answer is a little obscure, but a character death that has always stuck with me is the death of Sidney Carton in A Tale of Two Cities, because Sidney Carton is the ultimate Byronic hero who is driven by his desire to be with this woman that he loves and that he believes loves him based on some of their conversations. And her husband gets wrongfully accused and sentenced to be executed. Instead of letting that guy die, he switches places with him and volunteers to die so she can be with the man she married. And that's always stuck with me. Plus his final words are just so beautiful. It is a far better thing I go to do now than I've ever done before, and I don't remember the whole quote, but that's the beginning of it, and I love everything about it.
Far greater rest.
Yeah, I think it's a far greater rest than I've ever known, I think.
I mean, you know,
I
it's
only
good if
remember
it
it from
ended up
Dark Knight.
in Wrath of Khan.
Oh, they bring it up in Wrath of Khan? Wrath of Khan?
Yes.
Nice.
After they shoot Spock out the torpedo tube, thinking he's dead. Is that little quote.
Goodbye, Spock.
Because that's the book. That's the book that Spock gives Kirk for his birthday at the beginning of the movie.
Gene Roddenberry.
I know of your fondness for antiques.
And the other one that just devastated me was Joyce Summers on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, yeah, because that was uncalled for. And not even, like, set up. They just killed her. Ugh, what a world. So, authors, make sure you kill everybody that you're going to kill with intention, please.
Alice.
Oh no, be crazy.
I've never killed anybody who didn't deserve it in one of my books.
I'm just saying, if you kill Chevron, I'm not your friend anymore. That silence does not speak well to me.
I will keep that in mind. Okay, so yeah, I guess without further ado, we can go ahead and get started on our little Freedom League Deceased side quest here. Last time on Netherwar, our heroes repelled an invasion from the underworld that was taking place across Southside. There were 3 portals that opened up, one from Hell, one from Hades, and one from Urkala, the Mesopotamian underworld. They headed off to Freedom College Stadium, Stone Stadium, where they ran into Fenrir and a bunch of zombie Vikings that they pitched back into the portal and sealed up, with Centuria grabbing that big dog and throwing him in the hole so Gatekeeper could slam it shut. They went to a record store, Rocket Records, where they ran into Charon, who was trying to up his vinyl collection while he had a chance up on the Prime Material plane. And they helped him ring up. He put 2 quarters down on the register and left, and Bowman covered the rest of the charge. And they ran into Nurgle at the Eclipse nightclub, where Centuria and Nurgle had a fight.
That's about all we can say about it.
I'm so sorry. I'm still so sorry about that. That was awful.
A fight happened. I don't know. I'm not gonna say an epic battle because that was.
I won.
You did win.
won.
That's what matters.
Mm-hmm.
And then they headed back to the hole in the ground, or the vacant construction site that Mortis disappeared into, hoping he would come back. And he did come back. And then there was an editor note in the issue that said, "See Mortis issue number 35." And now we're going to do Mortis issue number 35. Without further ado, I think that's where we'll catch up with our heroes, as Mortis, flashing back to the battle with the ghost golems, flies down through the portal and sucks it into the crossroads with him. Mortis, you go barreling off into the crossroads. Do you want to tell me what that looks and feels like as you're descending down, carrying this portal with you?
Sure. So as we're in the construction site, I fly down. As I fly down, I start hear the clicking, clacking of the soul vault cogs turning as I grab the portal, and I step sideways into the crossroads. As I'm doing that, I basically, because I was flying at full speed, I grab the whole thing and I come barreling through the sky, landing into the crossroads. I'm bouncing several times down the road.
Excellent.
And as the portal kind of drops, slids, and spins out from my hands, landing several feet away from me.
Awesome. Yeah, and you sort of sit up in this crossroads. Is this a what kind of crossroads have you landed in?
So is the crossroads can change depending on the environment I was in when I shifted across, but the crossroads themselves are just the two lone roads that stretch off into the night. This particular one, there is a on the intersection. There's a old, looks like a 1890s 1900 trading post that's all kind of dilapidated and fallen apart and pretty much empty. Kind of most of the skeletal frame of the structure is still there, but the rest of it is kind of just hollowed out. And there's some light forest kind of spreading out. And off the distance, you think you see what might be the river, which kind of mirrors the river in Freedom City.
Awesome. Mortis, you also notice one other thing as you're sort of gaining your bearings, looking around. It looks like there are a number of small magical fires around. As you're looking off of the crossroads out into some of the surrounding area, it looks like there's a campground that's been set up here. You can hear very silent, very hushed whispers and voices sort of speaking out around where you've landed. And you do feel eyes on you.
Is the portal still glowing, or is it the sigil and runes kind of stopped?
The rune has been rendered inert. When you came back through here, it kind of turned into a purplish green disc, similar to the purple that you're used to associating with Una. It's almost like a glossy chakram, about the size of a Xena chakram. Or chakra. I think it's chakram. I think chakra is the thing that Resonant talks about.
Mm-hmm. 7 of them.
Yeah, I'm going to look around a little bit, kind of float up about 10 feet in the air, just kind of scanning around the area just to make sure I'm not seeing anything unusual.
Awesome. Give me a perception check.
Perception. $24 in the first roll of the night.
Awesome. That's a good roll. So you float up, you sort of take stock seeing what's unusual in the area, and you pick up a couple of unusual things. First, this sort of clustered population around one crossroads is weird to you. You're not used to that. Usually crossroads are just you, in your experience. Occasionally you run into a demon with a blues guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
And there is energy around here from all kinds of different underworlds. You're sort of feeling that undercurrent of Greek, Norse, Egyptian, voodoo, Mesopotamian, Christian, sort of all mingling together down here. And there is one section of this camp that seems to have a high concentration of magical energy of various different types all clashing together.
So I'm just going to slowly start gliding my way over that direction.
Awesome. And as you're floating by, you do see a few A few spirits and specters kind of poke their heads out of tents that are sort of set up on the side of the road, keeping an eye on your passage as you go by. You hear hushed whispers of, "That's the guy. He's here. That's the Master Mage." And as you reach the site of the sort of conflagration of magical energies, you see that there's a large tent that's been set up here with a couple of braziers out front. There's a small staff of spirits sort of guarding the entrance to it, and you can hear conversation taking place beyond the flaps of the tent. You recognize the voice of Hades.
Awesome. Just what I need tonight. I'll slowly fly that direction and just descend. But as I'm doing it, I'm doing the stoic Magneto standing straight up flying maneuver, not the Superman.
You're levitating. Are you going to go into the tent?
As I approach, I will.
The two spirits that are keeping watch, they sort of stand at attention when you clear your throat, and they peel back the flap of the tent, and you see Hades poke his head out and sort of look you up and down. He is not dressed in the sort of regal black armor that you're used to him wearing. He looks very much like a dirty refugee. He's got sort of a coarse tunic on. He's wearing breeches. He's got some muddy boots, and still that sort of dastardly handsome angular face with the dark hair and the dark goatee. And he sort of glares at you, standing there. Nice of you to finally show your face down here, Master Mage. Did you get lost on the way?
Tending to some extra dimensional issues that have reared their head.
Yeah, I seem to recall informing you when you came down here last time that there was a situation. You and your friends just too busy to come down here and deal with it?
No, you're not the only place having a situation.
No, but we are the only place having a situation that has been made worse by your inaction. I told you and those dead Freedom Leaguers that there was Una magic spilling into our various dimensions. Imagine our surprise when the spill turned into a spigot. This is the only safe place left in the underworld. He kind of holds his hands up like, you don't have an explanation for yourself?
The entire cosmos is that threat. Not just the underworlds. All of reality.
But you are only the guardian of the underworld.
No, I am the guardian of the crossroads, which includes the lands of the living and lands of the dead.
In my experience, those of you who live in both worlds seldom achieve what you're looking for in either. You're trying to live two lives, pardon the pun. Have you come here to help us, at least?
Us dealing with Una is what led me here, yes.
So you didn't even know there was a situation down here?
I suspected there was a situation down there because there's a situation everywhere.
Well, you might as well come into the tent and talk to everyone here. We're trying to plan a counterattack.
She got agents, or is it just the manifestation of her energies?
Well, this time I'm working alongside a couple of the other gods of the dead. We have some individuals picked out that might be of use to you, but they are also adrift in this Una-filled netherworld. Come in, come in.
Float on. Finish floating on down and float on in.
And he, as you come into the tent, you notice that there are a lot of big names sort of clustered around in here that Mortis definitely recognizes. You do see Hades, of course, lead you in. You see Set. You see Hell. And, who's the big... There's one more big name from Freedom City I gotta grab real quick. The name escapes me off the top of my head.
On the tip of his tongue.
Sorry, I gotta keep that OP thing going.
I don't know, I hope Kat's okay. Her face just disappeared.
Oh no.
Her name's still
What happened to your face?
I'm sorry, my camera came unplugged.
Oh no!
I'm back though.
That's okay, I'll have to move you and Kevin back around.
Okay, I can be Kevin. I'll just complain about everything.
Oh.
That's it. I'm unplugging my camera. I've had enough.
Oh no, I'm not being treated fairly.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
not
because I'm gonna put up with it for all this time and leave now. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, lots of people got messed up this time around. Let me see.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
It's all Cat's fault.
It is. It's like Chipotle all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, hold on,
Yep.
because I'm gonna move everybody in the club. Everybody except Andy.
It's like musical chairs.
Is that Cat? No, that's Kevin again. Dang it. There's Cat.
They said cat's OP now.
Yeah.
Cat's got takedown too. Not now, but
Never
on
know.
Centuria. Okay, everybody's back in the right spot. Baron Semity is the other name that you recognize. You see a few other beings from across the underworld down here.
Do the polite head nod and
And Hell will sort of walk over and give you a polite head nod as well. She says, I hope Hades doesn't give me too much of hassling out there.
not more than he normally does.
Well, he does so enjoy outsourcing his work. I fully believed we'd be capable of containing the spill of Una's magic. We even sealed up the plug in Hell, but everybody else couldn't lift their weight. She kind of looks around at the other assembled undead guardians. Underworld guardians. And thank you for bringing my dog back.
Hmm?
Sorry, you weren't there for that. When you get home, tell your friends thank you for bringing my dog back.
I'm sure. I sure will.
And Hades says, it's not... Speaking of dogs, part of the problem is my dog has been captured by Una. And he has been running rampant across the underworld, causing untold problems. And he brings up sort of this cosmological hologram, magical hologram of the various underworlds and where they stack on top of each other, and you notice there's a couple of different points, crossroads, where they all kind of meet. And some of them have been colored with that purple Una energy. Some of them have different colors associated with them, and you can see a number of these sort of holographic chess pieces moving around. Some of them being rebuffed, and the crossroad is taken over by Una's energy. Some of them are rebuffing Una's forces, and just sort of, it's a constant real-time sort of hologram of what's been going on. And Hades highlights 3 of these crossroads. He says, I believe that these 3 locations, if we can secure them, will severely hurt Una's hold on our dimensions. I have a number of people from across various underworlds that could be at your disposal to help you with the removal of Una's forces in the area. If you're up for it, Master Mage.
Look over the crowd of the group.
The faces are variously hopeful that you'll accept the job, disdainful of you for having this power over them, and none of them seem to have particularly malicious intent.
What do you got?
We're going to enter a montage.
Montage.
So, I'm going to go to each of you in turn. I want you to introduce the underworld your character is in, what you're doing when Mortis comes to get you, and who you're playing. And I'll start with Andy, because Andy's always a shining example.
So we're going to stay within Hades, the realm of the Greek dead itself. And we're actually going to head to a forge. And Mortis is going to walk in with there's a backlit form, a shadow splayed along the wall as the light from the fire is kind of backlighting this form. And you can hear hammer strike on hammer strike as just hammer meets metal, and the sizzle of water as the metal is plunged into it to cold forge it. And when Mortis kind of stands in the doorway and looks in, there's a form just putting on a rather techie looking helmet, a little bit of a winged motif around the edges. But this suit is rather specifically modern, given that we're in the Greek underworld. The armor has definitely been influenced by modern motorcycle jackets. It is this blue-gray kind of almost stone-like sheen to it, set of very sturdy-looking pants in the same coloration. 2 V's in red adorn the sleeves on the arms. And he turns and he looks at Mortis, and a pair of iridescent wings shoot out of his arms, rising from the wrists, going back up to the elbows and stuff. And he snaps them back in. For a brief moment, they glow red as he unfurls them and furls them back in. And he looks at Mortis in a slightly modulated voice coming from the helmet. He goes, so you need my help, huh? Phoenix.
Extend the hand to shake it.
Nice to meet you. So, what are we up against?
The end of the universe as we know it. So, another Tuesday.
Well, I'm only down here for a couple more days, so I'd like there to be something to go back to. I'm in.
Phoenix is getting out on good behavior.
Someone's gonna be mad at Mortis.
Awesome. And thank you again, Jupe, for the 100 bits. I have placed your hero point on the table, so it is available to anyone to use other than me. Sad. Meanwhile, we fly through the underworld some more, and we join up with Kat's character. Kat, what's the underworld like for your character, and who are you playing? And what are you doing as Mortis approaches you?
Okay. I'm not really sure what type of underworld. I'm not familiar enough with the different types of underworlds to tell you where Mark Leeds, aka Centurion, would be. But I imagine that he would be just, hanging out with his wife, if that's possible, just chilling,
Yeah, he's probably in
trying
heaven.
to enjoy afterlife. He'll look at Mortis as he comes up and he says, "Hi, young man. Can I help you with something?"
Look over at the wife. Hate to disturb you, sir, but all of reality as we know it is about to end, and I could use some assistance in making sure that doesn't happen.
Oh, well, sweetie, I think that duty calls even in death, right?
Lori looks at you and she's like, "We're supposed to be here forever, so I figured this was going to happen eventually."
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll be back.
Don't let them take
where
you
are we
back.
off to? Where are we off to, son? Oh, by the way, I look like a white dude with short blonde hair in a dark blue, like navy spandex suit with a gold breastplate and boots, and then I have a long flowy cape. But other than that, I pretty much just look like a general white man. But yeah, so where are we off to?
Off to stop the forces of Una from destroying the entire underworld as we know it and spilling into the realms of the lands of the living and beyond.
Sounds like an adventure. Let's get going.
This is Phoenix.
Hi, son.
Sir.
Nice to meet y'all. I don't know why I made him country there. Nice to meet you guys. Are we grabbing anyone else?
I'd hope so. 2 of us, 3 of us isn't nearly enough to fight the forces of darkness down here.
Well, even with your help, sir, I think we probably could use a couple more people.
Oh, I don't disagree. Alex.
Sorry, I was responding in chat. So, the gang whooshes off on another montage to where Kevin is. Kevin, who are you playing and what kind of underworld are they in? And what are you up to as Mortis comes to find you?
A large metallic form is trudging slowly through purgatory. His metallic form seems burnished or perhaps tarnished. The landscape is sort of this desolate, nowhere kind of place. The human tank sort of sees this approaching group, recognizes Centurion, and sort of quirks an eyebrow and sort of just stands waiting for the group to arrive.
Are we friends?
We knew each other because, of course, you're old. I get to say that. The human tank was a member of a team called the Allies of Freedom back in the World War II days while the Liberty League was out and about. The Allies of Freedom sort of took it upon themselves to defend the home front until later in the war. And then Hank, the human tank, and his little brother Tommy were in Japan after the armistice was signed, and some vengeful person named the Crimson Katana murdered them both in cold blood. So because Hank feels as though he has failed his little brother, he is wandering in purgatory, unable to settle peacefully into an afterlife.
So would I know that
Ooh.
your name is Hank? Do you think?
I would imagine so. I mean, so again, Centurion was on the Liberty League, so we weren't on the same team, but they, worked together obviously during World War II, the Golden Age of Heroes and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crossovers.
Yeah, crossovers and stuff.
Rion will fly over and tap him on the shoulder like, Hank, how you been, man? It's been a long time.
It has been a long time, Mark. What are you doing here?
This young lad here is gathering some recruits for his cause.
So sort of looking at the rest of the group, not recognizing anyone else.
I will float up. I am Mortis. I'm a member of, one incarnation of the Freedom League. We carry on the torch for the Liberty League from where I'm from years past. Reality as we know it is being invaded by the forces of a dark magician by the name of Una, and she's the mistress of the Netherwar worlds. You could spend if she succeeds, she could stop all of reality from existing as we know it.
That doesn't sound like it's a good thing.
Well, I would like to, if you would be so kind as to join us, we could definitely use your expertise.
If I can leave this realm to help you, I will.
Oh, I can make sure you can leave this realm to help us.
Then it sounds like we have work to do.
You've got work to do. I've got work to do. Look at you. Look at all that rust. Man, those joints have to be pinched shut.
Now let's not be rude, young man.
Oh, well, he's not going to be any use to us if he can't move well.
I think we're all working together, and there's a reason that he was selected. Just like there's a reason that you and I were.
I understand that. I'm thinking about helping him. Is that such a bad thing?
Maybe you could say it with less attitude.
Sorry, attitude's part of the package.
Quick question, Alex. Do I know who Phoenix really is?
You do not.
Damn it!
Hades
Okay.
kept that card very close to the chest.
That makes perfect sense.
I believe we have one more recruit to find.
Oh, good. It gives me time to work on
Jesus.
things.
Just get a can of WD-40 and start spraying Hank the Tank as you're moving along.
Actually, as they were standing there talking, and the human tank feels a sense of purpose again. Like you might notice that the rust and tarnish seems to be slowly fading. By the time you're ready to depart for your next recruiting drive, there's, even in this dimly lit purgatory, there's almost a gleam to his metal form.
Self-inflicted rust. It's mojo rust. Meanwhile, across the underworld, we join a young man played by Calvin, and that's all I know so far.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out what underworld this character would be in, because I'm imagining his death is pretty fresh. I don't know if I was gonna say purgatory at first, but now I'm wondering if there's some sort of immediate place the soul would go before it gets punted into a certain, whichever appropriate underworld is, right?
It's kind of Limbo's job.
We'll take it.
Sure.
I'll take the limbo. So I'm sort of picturing this white void filled with a fog, very difficult to see too far in front of you, although it seems to stretch on forever. And there is, in fact, a young man in there who is wearing it's sort of like, well, not high tech, but it's fairly well-made armor, the typical superhero fare, but it's been heavily damaged, heavily scarred. There's scratch marks all over it, and some of it's patched up with, some of it's like differently colored parts of another suit. Some of it's patched up with homemade armor. I'm not sure how you all are approaching this person, but probably I'm kind of assuming their back is currently turned to you. So you would see on their back they have like this very jagged looking arrow. Well, not jagged, it's more like very bulky looking arrow quiver that kind of stretches across their entire back and has like an array of, it looks like mostly arrows inside of it, but some of them are different lengths. Some of them have different like tips and stuff like that. They don't all look like they're from the same set. Some look very homemade. He does have a hood pulled up over his head, and he's currently holding a bow, but like also walking forwards, just keeping an eye and ear open for something. He doesn't seem to know where he is or what's going on.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Is most of the costume similar enough that I would recognize it?
It is very similar to the Bolt costume, which you would have seen just moments ago before the portal.
Oof. Mortis is getting like the beginning and the end of Jason's career all in the same afternoon.
Back-to-back issues. This is not good.
Everybody open the hotline.
Bowman?
And with that, he will whip around, crouching, going into a fighting, well, not a fighting stance, an archery stance, because he will have an arrow ready in the bow. As he turns, you can see it's not Bowman's face, but an older version of his sidekick that so far only more out of this group, I guess only Mortis has seen. Far older, much older, maybe by 10 or 15 years. You can see on his face where he would have been wearing that domino mask that he had. It's instead this very dark face paint that surrounds his very tired and sunken eyes. While the arm he's holding the bow with seems to be his regular arm, and he's got sort of like these torn fingerless gloves on. You can see the hand he's holding the arrow with. It's actually metallic, with again these deep scratches and scars running through it. And I guess taking a look at him, you can see that the metal runs all the way up his arm.
Bolt?
His eyes just narrow at you. I haven't been called that for a while.
It's Mortis.
And he's like starting to put things together. What is this?
We're currently in limbo. It's one of the dimensions in between, well, realities.
Does that mean I'm
Dead. Yep. Just like the rest
actual
of us.
dead or superhero dead?
Remains
know.
to be seen. Especially since you're here and you haven't moved on anywhere else.
Well, that's not a comforting answer.
Well,
Look, I was in the middle of something.
That's how it always is.
yes, you're gonna be in the middle of something again. Remember Una
Yeah, vaguely.
and Sophie and all the drama?
Yeah, there was a whole thing. We expected Una to show up again, but she hadn't. And then there was, well, a whole dinosaur apocalypse, and
Well,
Do you
one on
know?
me?
What?
Well, see, that's where we're at. Here things move a little, well, wonky. We're still dealing with the Una stuff here, which is why you're kind of stuck where you're at and when you're at.
Great.
So we need your help now to stop Una from destroying all of the underworld and bleeding into destroying all of reality as we know it.
And when will then be now?
Just now. Oh, sorry.
Just then.
Human Tank has no concept of Spaceballs references because he was there.
So
Just the
So it
Kevin
seemed-
reflex.
Yes.
So it seems like the fastest way for me to get back to my own reality, if that's an option, is to get out of here and help you. I see Centurion over there, so I think I might be. This is going to be difficult to deal with.
Do I know you, son?
No, but I know. I've seen your statue.
Oh, that old thing.
And your daughter.
So what's the plan, boss man? What are we doing? It's the team, right?
this is what we've got to work with, so we have to make it work. As you've pieced together, there are multiple different fragments and shards of reality within the underworld, each corresponding to different beliefs, mythologies, and different, well, realms. But they all butt up against each other at different points in the cosmos. These crossroads, these meeting points, are where Una and Una's forces are bleeding through. There are other forces serving Hades, Set, and the like, who are trying to push those forces back, but they need our assistance. And this is where we're going to go to try to take out some of those spots and clear the way so that Una's forces cannot destroy more of the underworld and corrupt more of the underworld with their nether energies. So that's where we're off to next.
Well, cool. I've been working on a couple of upgrades. I want to test them out before I head back up top. You know what I mean?
Actually, not quite sure what you mean. Side eye him because I don't trust you.
I'm very interested in what you mean.
But yeah, this is our, well, this is, I guess, yeah, the Freedom League we have to work with. So
we're some kind of deceased Freedom League.
good or for bad, kind
Freedom
of.
League deceased.
Naming conventions for superhero teams. Always such a pain in the, you know what?
Anyway,
Hello.
I prefer Guardians of the Undead Galaxy.
Ooh, whole galaxy of
Ooh.
undead.
and with that, I will attempt to lead them to the first of the areas that were pointed out by
X-Men. I'm sorry.
Very good. It's very good.
Keep going, Jonesy.
I will do my best to lead him to the first of the spots we need to get to, Alex.
Yeah, just give me a second.
It's so wonderful having fans in chat.
I'm gifting you a sub, the Deuce, for X-Men.
This is really good.
That's really good. Oh no.
Awesome. Oh, okay. So, yes, Mortis, you begin gathering the team, and you start making your way towards one of the three locations that that Hades marked out. Those three crossroads that are sort of the linchpins of these various this crisis that's going on down here. There are three different locations that you can choose to pursue if you wish. There is a kennel in Hades itself. There is a bayou crossroads. And there is a pearly gate crossroads. Those are the three that have been marked up. Whichever you want to go check out first.
Let's start with the bayou. Get the muck and the mud out of the way.
That's my favorite.
So our shoes will be wet forever. Okay.
8 wet shoes.
That's actually the punishment for this afterlife.
Ooh.
It's the 14th layer of hell.
God.
Okay.
Wet socks, wet shoes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens whenever you're walking behind somebody and you're trying to speed them up, but you're doing it passive aggressively. And you're just stepping on the back of their flip flops.
Ew.
That's the
Shouldn't be wearing
punishment.
flip flops. Shouldn't be wearing flip flops and socks.
Ew.
Yeah, they deserve something worse.
They get something worse. But that doesn't mean what you did was right. Ooga booga. So, we go making our way down into the bayou. Mortis, you open up the soul vault and you pass through the crossroads until you arrive in this sort of stinging, humid swamp. It's plunged into sort of semi-permanent darkness as you're looking around, trying to get a feel for the area that you're in. The water does come up to about everybody's shins who can't fly. So, crossbow guy and tank. Apocalypse Bowman. Calvin, did you say that you are Bowman? Is that the title?
I mean, I was gonna go by Archer, but then I saw Bowman
Archer.
was on the actual stream, so I was like, okay.
Oh, it could be Archer. I could change it.
Okay, then I will change it again.
Okay.
Oh, you did the voice again.
Oh no!
Does Jason talk like that too?
He distinctly does not.
He does now.
And as you guys are making your way through the muck and the mud, sort of hearing the constant buzz of cicadas and feeling the sweat beginning to pool, dripping down your face into your eyes, stinging, you come upon a crossroads that sort of exists where this muddy road crosses over the bayou water itself, and there's a small shack sort of sitting, looking out over this crossroads. There's a torch burning on the front porch of it that sort of casts this eerie greenish orange glow across the space. And there is an open window from which you can hear emanating very bluesy guitar music.
You all look uncomfortable. Did you not install central AC in your armor? No? Just me?
Yes, sounds like.
Spandex suit, son. We didn't have that technology when I died.
He died in 1992.
What?
It was a
I didn't have it in our armor.
He just is like, oh, I know I forgot to do something.
Hey, that's how people avoided inhaling in the early 90s. But I didn't inhale. 1992. So many gems.
I wasn't alive. So.
Shut up.
I was one.
Well, that's about where you're scoring tonight. So just,
I'm number one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Guess which finger I signal that with? No.
Ooh.
Echo.
Sorry, I gotta leave the snarkiness to Phoenix. That's his thing.
Yeah, I left my swamp suit at home.
Bowman would have had an extra suit.
Solomon Grundy want pants too.
I can carry you over it if you want.
That's fine. I'm a bit more concerned with taking a quiet approach to this.
Me carrying you would probably be quieter than you stomping through the swamp.
Fine. So I know what you do, and I know what you do, as he looks at Mortis. What about the two of you? As he looks over to Phoenix and Human Tank.
But show is always better than tell.
I mean, end of all realities here. Kind of think we should figure out a plan.
I pick things up and put them down.
Heavy things?
Yes.
Hard.
Okay, so forklift and
I utter anachronisms all the time.
He's old.
There was no Planet Fitness in 1944.
Everybody was a lunk in 1954.
So Phoenix is floating along. So the wings on his arms are actually out, and you can see them. He's like, well, other than this, there's a couple of projectors at the wrists, and he lights it up, and he's holding two flames, one in each hand. One is that white blue hot flame, and one's more of a golden orange color. It's like fire manipulation. It's fun. I can juggle if you want me to, but you said silent, and this is flashy.
That's actually not bad.
He puts out the fire. You see a little bit of a puff as he closes his hand. Shall we? I mean, end of all realities. We shouldn't be standing around talking.
Right.
All right. He'll like roll his robot arm. You can hear some hydraulics whirring within it.
I don't think you got the latest model there, kiddo.
Yeah, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
You insulted Archer off the internet.
Oh, I kind of had to put this together. Oh no!
Oh my god!
Did I boop out?
Yep, you're back now.
You froze out, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, bro.
Oh, I was just so
You
insulted.
said bye.
Your arm hiccuped and glitched.
Yeah, some of the swamp water get in it. I was saying, yeah, I kind of had to put this thing together. My real thing is in the stomach of a T-Rex right now, so hey, maybe when this is all over, I can get it back.
My real
I
arm was
have-
taken by the Rexes.
I have to hear about this dino apocalypse. That one's a new one on me.
Well, just be glad it didn't happen to you.
Note to self: avoid a dino apocalypse.
Maybe that's like a grown-up
hasn't
thing.
happened.
Maybe that's when Jason joins the Freedom Legion.
All right, team. Is the plan to get into that house? Or building?
All right. Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay. So I'm carrying you. What's your name, young man?
Archer is fine.
Okay, so I'm carrying Archer. Hank, do I need to carry you as well?
I can probably get there, but thanks.
Quietly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Squish, 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 squish.
Are we ready to go then?
Yes, I've been ready. Patience is a virtue, not one of mine.
That's obvious, young man. And then he'll
I-
pick. He'll pick Jason up and go, Archer.
Awesome. So you all make your way over to this little shack. I want everybody to give me a stealth check who is moving of their own volition.
Can I assist?
Sure.
Do I get a bonus for my favorite environment, flying?
No.
God. Oh, God.
That's the defense or attack.
I know.
Where is? There it is.
15.
So Mortis has gotten insubstantial and is flying just a stitch ahead of the rest of the group.
19 from Phoenix.
Good job, Phoenix.
Yeah, I got a 12.
That's
I'm not used to this shit anymore.
Out of practice.
But it does. You do get a +5 because. Oh no, it's only a +2 from Archer. So 14 for Centurion. One less than the human tank. So you all sneak up. You don't seem to have attracted anybody's attention. The guitar music is still playing within the shack as you're making your way up. Who's poking their head through the window?
I'll shove a archer through there.
Just dangle me upside down.
I can do it because I've done it substantial. So I will try to go near the roof and kind of peek in from the roof.
Awesome. You peek in through the roof and you see there is a hella handsome young man, sort of dressed in a blue long sleeve jacket with a ascot, loose fitting black pants, picking on an acoustic guitar with sort of long black hair and a single golden eye. He seems to be lounging in the middle of this one room shack on a couch that looks like it might be made out of gator skin. He's got the guitar he's picking away at. There's a little stove over in the corner that smells like it has some tea brewing on top of it. And he just doesn't seem to have noticed you.
Or care to notice that.
I will return to the group going, this seems to be one guy by himself.
Really? That's what we have to deal with? This is the end of the world apocalypse thing that we're dealing
I'm-
with? One guy?
One guy can be very dangerous.
Yeah, tell me about it. I know that much.
Centurion got killed by one guy.
But I don't know, this seems it feels like a trap.
Should we scout the perimeter?
No, let's just trigger the damn trap already. Phoenix is just gonna walk in.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Jesus.
So, Phoenix, you walk in. I'm going to pull his picture up on a stream for the folks at home.
He is a good-looking guy.
And he's kind of picking away at the guitar when you walk in, Phoenix. He stops playing. He says, "Oh, I was wondering when somebody would come this way. It's been terribly boring down here by myself."
You know, if you just keep playing Old Town Road on that thing, you're not going to get anywhere.
That's better than Wonderwall.
Uh,
I said maybe.
Giving you a hero point, Ken.
Again, anachronism for the human tank.
I said maybe.
oh,
Stop.
just you all by your lonesome. You must be pretty darn powerful if Una just lets you sit here guarding the boundaries of reality as she wheedles her way through them.
Oh, I mean, power's relative, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know, you're definitely lower than Una. I'll just put that out there.
Not Una, but maybe a little lower than Sifonador.
Really? Really? That's the name? Oh my god, that's a horrible name.
What the hell is this a door?
The human tank is not laughing, but Kevin is.
There's no chance I recognize this guy, is there?
Give me an expertise occult check. Or expertise history check if you have history.
I thought about it, but mythology seemed better, even though it's technically history for Phoenix.
Mythology might be appropriate too.
Okay.
Morris only got 16, so yeah, probably not.
21.
And then did Mark roll a history check?
Cat.
Cat did.
He doesn't have history. He has teaching.
He should have expertise history.
Well, he sure doesn't, Alex.
I'm gonna fix that because I know for a fact I gave him expertise history.
It's not on the list.
I am supremely grateful for the Hero Lab importer. Yeah,
I will pass.
Skills are usually one of the things that get in there pretty easy.
I will pass it along to the team that worked on that.
All right, you have history now, and it matches up with what I put on the .por file. 25. Okay, so Phoenix and Centurion, you both know who this is for different reasons. Phoenix, you know that this individual is known as Vathic the Appeaser. He is a desire demon who is known to grant wishes. Centurion, you would actually know him as Vathek, the ninth caliph of the Abbasids. He is a sort of a figure in history who lost his way trying to figure out all of the secrets of the universe.
So is he bad?
He's a demon.
Okay.
Well, Vathek, I mean, you're not really granting anyone's wishes just sitting here playing your guitar.
Oh, well, it's because I was waiting for all of you to come here.
Really?
Yes. My benefactor, sorry, I shouldn't say ours yet, but my benefactor has empowered me to give you what you desire in exchange for leaving this whole underworld mess behind you.
No. See, this is the thing with me. I'm not gonna let somebody else give me what I want. I'm gonna take what I want because that way it works. It's not beholden to anybody else. I'm tired of that shit.
Yeah, you've never been known to take a shortcut before, have you, pal?
A little close to home there, Mr. Wanderer.
Well, close to something.
Pot,
Speaking
pot
of...
calling kettle black there.
I'm just
Centurion
saying...
just like whispers into Archer's ear, "Where do you want me to put you for this fight?"
The door looks like the front door is the only entrance, right?
Mm-hmm. There's a window.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna crash through that son of a bitch.
Come through the window.
You want me to toss you like Gimli from Lord of the Rings?
That was the one where I was originally thinking. When it kicks off, throw me through the window.
Okay.
He
Got it,
says,
son.
Phoenix, I know that there's something you desire. You want to switch places with your...
I don't want to switch places with him. That's horrible. Ugh.
Well, you at least
That's
want
a
to get
horror.
out of here to enact your revenge, right?
Revenge is a strong word. Very strong word. Besides, like I told you, it's got to be my own hands. It's the only way it works. And really, if we let Una do whatever it is she's trying to do, nothing really for me to go back to. That doesn't sit well with me.
Well, it's not like you have anybody waiting for you up there.
Oh, there's somebody.
I could get you out.
The funny thing about that, so can the guy behind me.
Oh, the Master Mage of the Underworld.
Yeah.
You think he is in the habit of letting people just run free from the Underworld? Other than one person.
See, there's precedence.
Speaking of, Mortis, isn't there something that you desire?
Yeah, Una to go away.
Well, that's a big wish, but I have been known to grant some crazy things in my time. I'll even throw in a resurrection for your friend. Or Centurion, wouldn't you like to go back up and spend some time with your daughter?
Don't joke around. I don't have a daughter.
You do have a daughter. Mortis knows her. They're on a
Give a
team
look
together.
to Mortis. How is that possible? Lori and I could never reproduce.
She was actually branded by Omega. And nobody on their little team was able to stop that from happening. That might not have happened if you were around.
Well, son, is that true?
And what about Hank? Don't you have a brother that you want to get out of here?
So he can go back to a world that you're going to destroy.
I have no interest in destroying the world. I just need to acquire a little more power before I can overthrow Una myself.
Because you'd be a much better ruler of the underworld than she is.
Oh, I don't want to be the ruler of the underworld. That's his job.
There's like the sound of metal teeth grinding together as Hank is restraining his urge to punch this demon through the other side of the cottage wall.
You know, I think we should
My
just take
brother
this guy
wouldn't
down.
want his life to be purchased by dealing with the likes of you.
That's too bad. I've known a lot of people to really benefit from dealing with the likes of me.
Yeah, how long does that benefit last?
Ooh, he beat me to it this time.
Because demons are notoriously trustworthy.
Depends on what they put up for collateral. The collateral is predetermined at this point, though. Leave this crossroads in peace and go about your lives. I'm not gonna, like, sick hellhounds on you in 10 years or anything like that, if that's what you're wondering about.
Now, only one of us has a life here, buddy. Now, half-life.
I can make all those problems go away. All you have to do is work with me.
I don't think we're going for it.
I don't know, Centurion's got a little twinkle in his eye.
My daughter is doing just fine up there on her own.
For now. Mortis, tell her what happened to Centuria in her dimension before she came here.
I'm not interested.
She fell in love. All of her friends died. Her whole universe died. And she came here, and the man that she loves doesn't love her back. And all of her friends are making the same mistakes again. What's the definition of insanity?
Sitting here listening to you prattle on like you actually have a chance of convincing us we're going to listen to you.
Well, you beat me to it this time.
Oh, I think I like you.
Centurion is going to yeet Jason into the window.
Metal arm first. Crash
And
into
he's
the
going
window.
to fly straight at Homeboy
Oh,
and try
straight
to
at
punch him
him?
in the face.
Oh, sweet. Metal arm punch.
Metal arm punch.
Punch, punch.
Centurion casts Archer.
Oh boy, poor Vathic. Thought I had you all there. Oh, thank you so much for the bits, Green Ronin Publishing.
Woohoo!
Yeet.
Yeet!
Green Ronin, you do have a free hero point that you can give to the hero or GM of your choice. So yeah, you yeet Archer at Vathic. I want everybody to go ahead and roll for initiative.
Woohoo!
Ugh, my initiative is so poopy.
None of us have tokens, Alex.
Oh,
We're just
aren't
using
these?
like our regular token.
Yeah, just use your regular tokens.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oof.
Or mine's also going to be.
Ow!
Ah,
Stupid
stop
natural
it.
one.
Yeah, some of the characters I was able to.
So many natural ones.
Some of the characters I was able to find images for. Some of them I wasn't able to, so I just didn't.
Gotcha.
It's weird to see Overdrive with an 18.
But I'm not really overdrive, so it's all
Dang,
good.
look at Mortis though.
Right?
Look at Mortis compared to everybody else.
Mm-hmm. I have a good initiative modifier. I just rolled a 1.
I have a 4.
I have a crappy initiative modifier.
Oh, I
actually rolled-
roll amazingly. I can't get much better than that.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
I rolled a 5. Woo.
All right. So before we jump into the fight, I think that might be a great place for us to take our quick 5-minute break.
Okay.
Already?
We're at 8:30,
It's
so.
8:30 already. Believe it or
Wow.
not.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be back in just a couple of minutes. Everybody go ahead and stretch, grab a drink of water, grab a snack, and we will see you here in just a few minutes.